Right, let's be honest for a second. Most of us have eaten our emotions at some point. Bad breakup? Cue the ice cream tub and sad music. Stressful day at work? Bring on the crisps, the biscuits, and a side of chocolate, please. But have you ever stopped to think, what if the food you're eating isn't just reacting to your mood, but actually causing half the chaos upstairs in the first place? Today, we're going to unravel the fascinating, slightly alarming, and occasionally hilarious relationship between your food and your mental health. Yes, your brain might be throwing a wobbly because of that dodgy breakfast you had this morning. So grab a healthy snack or a slightly guilty one, and let's dive into the buffet of brain food knowledge. Section 1, the brain is fussy. Let's get one thing straight, your brain is an absolute diva. We're talking high maintenance, 5-star hotel, needs a special pillow type of diva. It uses around 20% of your daily energy, even when you're just sitting there, staring blankly at the wall, wondering if your cat secretly judges you. And just like any diva, it wants only the best. Omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. The full VIP list. Now, imagine giving that diva a steady diet of fried food, fizzy drinks, and instant noodles. You better believe it's going to throw a tantrum. Mood swings? Check. Brain fog? Yep. A sudden urge to move to the woods and live off-grid? Quite possibly. Your brain functions best when it's fueled with real, whole, nourishing food. Feed it junk, and it's going to act like it belongs in a soap opera. Section 2. Sugar. Let's talk about sugar. Oh, sugar. So sweet, so comforting, so incredibly savage. It gives you that delightful energy boost, like you could suddenly clean the entire house or start a small business, and then bam, you're crashing harder than your Wi-Fi during a Netflix binge. 1 minute you're flying, the next you're crying over a dropped biscuit. Sugar causes your blood glucose levels to spike and then crash, and that wreaks havoc not only on your energy levels, but also your mood. Over time, excessive sugar intake has been linked to higher rates of depression and anxiety. It's like emotional whiplash in a cupcake. Your brain needs a steady source of fuel, not the equivalent of a roller coaster made of jelly babies. Section 3. Gut feeling. Now this might sound like something out of a sci-fi film, but your gut is actually being called your second brain. And no, it's not just because it grumbles dramatically when you're hungry. Your gut is home to over 100 million neurons. Yep, actual brain cells. And it produces around 90% of your serotonin, which, if you didn't know, is the hormone that keeps you feeling happy, calm, and vaguely like you've got your life together. So if your gut's in trouble, say because you've been living off frozen pizza and fizzy drinks, then your mental health can take a real nosedive. A happy gut equals a happier brain. And no, that's not just a wellness cliche, it's backed by science. Think of it like this: eat junk, angry gut, confused brain, emotional chaos. It's like a dodgy group chat, but inside your body. Section 4. Mood boosting nutrients. So, let's look at the good stuff. The foods that actually help your brain do its job without acting like a hormonal teenager. First up, omega-3 fatty acids. These beauties are found in oily fish like salmon or in plant-based sources like flax seeds and walnuts. They keep your brain cells healthy and help improve communication between them. Imagine tiny brain cells waving at each other and saying, "You alright, mate?" That's omega-3 magic. Next, we've got leafy greens, kale, spinach, rocket, all packed with folate, which helps produce neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. Berries full of antioxidants are like little brain bodyguards. They help fight inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which can impact mental well-being. Nuts and seeds bring magnesium to the table, which is vital for keeping your nerves calm. And finally, complex carbs, oats, whole grains, sweet potatoes give you that slow-burning, steady energy your brain absolutely thrives on. Basically, if your food looks like it grew out of the ground or swam in the sea, your brain will probably thank you for it. Section 5. The hangry phenomenon. You know that moment when someone asks you an innocent question and you snap at them like they've just insulted your entire family? Yeah, that's hunger plus anger, and it's a real thing. When your blood sugar dips too low, your body starts panicking, and your brain goes into survival mode. The result? Mood swings, irritability, and the urge to yell at inanimate objects. Skipping meals or eating in a haphazard, chaotic way can leave your brain feeling undernourished and overworked. Keep your meals regular, balanced, and satisfying. Not just a limp salad or 3 crisps in a bowl. A well-fed brain is a more rational brain, and nobody wants to make life decisions when they're hangry. Trust me. Quick pit stop. If you're enjoying this so far, give us a like, smash that subscribe button, and tap the bell like it's your nan ringing for tea. Section 6. Coffee. Let's have a word about coffee, the beautiful, sacred morning brew that gets half of us out of bed in the first place. A little caffeine can improve focus and alertness, sure, but when you start relying on it like it's oxygen, things get a bit twitchy. Too much caffeine can increase anxiety, disturb your sleep, and give you that jittery, paranoid feeling where you're convinced everyone in the room secretly hates you. If you're already a bit anxious, coffee can turn your brain into a squirrel on a sugar rush. Sometimes, a herbal tea is your best bet, or dare I say it, even decaf. I know, don't throw things. Section 7. Ultra-processed foods are mood killers. Ultra-processed foods are like that dodgy mate who shows up late, eats all your crisps, and then disappears when it's time to clean up. Convenient? Yes. Helpful? Not really. These foods, packed with artificial additives, preservatives, excess sugar, and unhealthy fats, do nothing good for your gut, your brain, or your mood. Studies have shown a solid connection between ultra-processed food consumption and increased rates of depression and anxiety. They might taste like comfort in the moment, but long-term, they're more like emotional sabotage in a shiny wrapper. Section 8. Hydration Nation. Quick question. When was the last time you had a glass of water? Be honest. If your answer is, does coffee count? We need to talk. Your brain is around 75% water, and even mild dehydration can affect your mood, concentration, memory, and even your perception of stress. Basically, if your brain is feeling foggy or down, you might just be a few sips away from clarity. So before you decide you hate everyone and everything, try drinking some water. Your brain might just be thirsty, not existentially doomed. Section 9. Alcohol. Alcohol, the great British social lubricant. Fun on a Friday night, not so fun the next morning when you're staring at the ceiling wondering why you sent your ex that message about cheese. Alcohol is a depressant. It slows down your nervous system and messes with your neurotransmitters. It might give you a temporary buzz, but it can leave you feeling low, anxious, and flat for days after. Anxiety is real, folks. And no, hair of the dog is not a long-term solution, unless you're planning to live your life in a state of permanent brunt. Section 10. Cravings are clues. Cravings get a bad rep, but they're actually trying to tell you something. That desperate urge for chocolate might be your body crying out for magnesium. The need for crisps might be linked to stress or fatigue. Or maybe you're just bored. Emotional eating is real, and it's not always about hunger. The trick is to listen without letting the craving become the boss. Eat mindfully with a bit of curiosity. Ask yourself, am I actually hungry, or am I just trying to avoid doing the laundry? And remember, a bit of chocolate isn't evil. A whole week of meals made from cake may be less ideal. Section 11. The Mediterranean diet. If you're looking for a solid, sustainable eating style that supports both mental and physical health, the Mediterranean diet is where it's at. Think olive oil, legumes, fresh vegetables, whole grains, lean protein, and the occasional glass of red wine. It's the kind of diet that makes your brain smile and your Instagram look amazing. This way of eating has been linked to reduced rates of depression and cognitive decline. It's basically the opposite of a sad desk lunch. So maybe next time, skip the soggy sandwich and channel your inner Greek grandmother instead. Section 12. Food is fuel. So let's wrap this up with a little perspective. Your brain is the most complex organ in your body, and it needs proper fuel to function at its best. What you eat really does affect how you think, feel, sleep, focus, and cope with life's endless nonsense. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to live off quinoa and smugness. But being aware, really aware, of what you're putting into your body and how it's making you feel, that's where the magic starts. Feed your brain some love, and it'll probably stop shouting at you quite so much. If you found this video helpful or even mildly entertaining, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who's currently surviving on caffeine and regrets. Drop a comment below and let me know. What's your ultimate feel-good food? And what's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten to try and feel better? I once had a peanut butter and pickle sandwich, no further questions.